Hi, gentle people. It's Ryan. I'm standing here in the gutter for another episode of Adult Movie Review. First on today's list is, wait a minute. I think I got the wrong project. This is actually something for Turf Show Times. So Rams fans, put aside your adult movie fantasies right now and let's talk about wide receiver trade targets. Yes, it's an unlikely avenue for the Rams to upgrade their a wide receiving core that leaves a little to be desired. Let's put it that way. But Fisher did mention the possibility in one of his press conferences recently, so I thought we'd take a look at 4 names that could be potential trade targets for the St. Louis Rams. Top of the list, this is kind of how exciting this list is, James Jones out of Green Bay. He's a possession-type receiver. He's kind of made some famous drops over the years, but he's a pretty good receiver, those infamous drops aside. He's got a very cap-friendly contract. The Packers re-signed him last year, and you know that's a position they're pretty loaded at. Would they be willing to trade him? I don't know. We'd have to wait and see. And what would, more importantly, what would they want for him? That's kind of the key issue when you're trading. Is it somebody if somebody's wanting a second-round pick for a wide receiver, is there somebody in the draft that you can get that's better than that, or more upside, or more potential? That's kind of the key for the Rams in this question. Another name, Arrelious Benn, Tampa Bay. He's tall, he's long, he's a guy that can get downfield. He's a little undeveloped in Tampa Bay, just signed Vincent Jackson to a pretty hefty contract. Would they be willing to move Benn? I don't know. We'll wait and see. They might be desperate for picks if they get a hankering to upgrade other spots on their roster and really make a run for it this year. We'll see what happens. Another name, Louis Murphy, sort of like Benn. He's big, tall, speedy, physical. He's buried on the depth chart in Oakland, behind DHB and Denarius Moore and Jacoby Ford. Little underdeveloped. He's in the final year of his rookie contract. Oakland's really desperate for draft picks. They may be willing to move him. Another name, and this is a good one, out of Cleveland, where you know wide receivers go to thrive. Cleveland, Muhammad Massaquoi. He's big, tall, strong, a little underdeveloped in Cleveland. Okay, a lot underdeveloped in Cleveland. It sort of happens in Cleveland. It's a giant suckhole for talent, but that's another time, another place. Again, that's really kind of, you're really reaching there, and you have to ask yourself with a receiver like that, is it a significant upgrade over the receivers the Rams already have, who are kind of undeveloped in themselves? Another name you might kind of keep an eye on, he's not a trade candidate, but somebody that might get kicked to the curb out of Washington after their wide receiver spending spree, Santana Moss. He's older than the Hills at this point, at least in terms of NFL talent. And he's mostly a slot guy. He can split out wide. You know, maybe if they want a guy that's a veteran presence that knows the game a little bit, it might not be a bad pickup once Washington kicks him to the curb. We'll see what happens. The Rams have a lot of issues to address at wide receiver and not very many routes to do it. Certainly the trade route is, there's a few names we just threw out there. We'll see what happens. I'd say that you'd better start loaning those first and second round draft pick wide receivers. Hey everybody, for Turf Show Times, this is Ryan signing off. We'll catch you on the flip side. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's what all the kids are talking about these days. Follow us on the Twitters. They do stuff on there too. And we're on the web. Keep track of us. We're going to keep you up to date this offseason, up through the draft and year round. Take care, everybody.